Are you thinking about moving to Brantford, or are you coming to visit the city and you're wondering what there is to do? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over some of my favorite things to do here in Brantford. These things are some things I've learned in the 2 years that I've been living here in the city. So let's get after it right now. So I'm just going to come out and say I am a foodie. I love to find new places to eat in the city. So these are some of the places you're going to want to check out. This first one is if you are a sushi lover like myself. Now, the best sushi that I've found in the city comes from High Sushi. Now, this is just like other all-you-can-eat sushi buffets, but it is incredible. And for the price of 2 people for all-you-can-eat sushi, it's about $70. If you are a wing lover like myself, the best place I found in Brantford to get some amazing wings is a place called Meat Sauce Pizza and Wings. Their wings are phenomenal. They are huge. They have a ton of sauce on them, and you will not be disappointed. If you're looking for something a little more fancy, maybe to take a date or spend an anniversary, I recommend you check out On the Lamb. They recently did some renovations there and revamped the style on the inside, and it is very chic. It actually reminds me of some restaurants I used to go to in Oakville. It is a bit on the pricier side, but it is well worth the time and the money. Word of advice is to book a reservation in advance because it is a smaller restaurant. It can get quite busy in the summertime. If you are a Chinese food lover, and I'm talking about the same kind of food you would find at the Mandarin. Now, don't judge me on this, but the West Garden Buffet is where you're going to want to go. It is an old school style Mandarin, and at $17 a person, you can't go wrong. If you're in downtown Brantford and you are looking for the best Vietnamese and Thai food, you're going to want to go to 9 North. Now, this is an incredible restaurant. I'm a big pho lover, and I love the pho. It is definitely the best in the city. I've also had their egg rolls and their pad thai. Their pad thai is big enough to feed 2 people. You're definitely going to want to take some home so you can have some later. One of the best breakfast spots in the city, in my opinion, is the Skyway Cafe. It is right next to the Brantford Airport, and you're able to watch planes land and take off while you are having your breakfast. Now, you can either stay inside and watch them, or in the summertime, there is a patio area where you can sit on some picnic tables and enjoy the view while you have a breakfast. Also, maybe you live in Brantford right now and you think there is someplace that I should check in. Well, I love to support local restaurant business because I love food so much. So just leave a comment down below if you think there's someplace I should check out. Now we'll go into the outdoor activities located here in the city. One of the first places I would recommend that you take your family or your partner is the Twin Valley Zoo. Now, this is a medium-sized zoo, and I really wasn't expecting much the first time I went there, but I was pleasantly surprised. They have lion, tigers, bears, kangaroos, monkeys, even a reptile cage, and it is a great way to spend the afternoon. And at the end of it all, there is a little gift shop so you can grab a gift on your way out. It's definitely something you should check out. The next one is the Brant Conservation Area. Now, this is a large park run by Ontario Parks, and it is fabulous. They have campground, they have a large swimming pool for you to take the kids. It does line the Grand River, so there are multiple entrances for you to get in with your canoe or your kayak, maybe do a little fishing. They have hiking trails and biking trails where you can go and bike along the Grand River, and it actually is right next to Wilkie's Falls, which is absolutely beautiful. This takes us to Apps Mill. This is another nature park just on the outskirts of Brantford that you need to check out. It has a bunch of hiking trails, and it is stunning in the fall time with the different color leaves and a river running through it. you won't be disappointed. One of my friends actually told me it is a secret gem of Brantford. Now, if you talk to anybody here in Brantford, they really will boast about the hiking and biking trails throughout the city. Now, there is an interconnected network of trails that lead throughout the city, but there is also the S.E. Johnson Rail Trail, which goes up to Paris, even Cambridge, I believe, all the way down to Port Dover, and you can even take another trail all the way into Hamilton. There is even another trail at Waterworks Park that lines the Grand River, and it is great for an afternoon stroll, or if you want to put your rollerblades on or get on your bike and travel down. It is another beautiful trail, and not to mention they have a BMX stunt park located at the beginning of the park. If you're into adventurous stuff like that, where your kids are, it is great to take them there. I personally wouldn't go because I'd probably kill myself, but it looks like a lot of fun. This next one has to be one of my favorite things that I learned to do just last summer. Now, this is tubing in the Grand River, and this can take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, and it is one of the largest lazy rivers ever. You can pump up a tube, get in at Wilkie's Dam, travel all the way down to Cockshut Bridge. This will take you about 5 hours. But if you want to get out earlier, there is another exit at the Colborne Bridge. It really is a lot of fun because there are a lot of people that get out even on the weekdays and tube down the Grand River. You will come across other people, other islands of floaties that are having a good time that you can chat with. The river gets to about 8 feet deep at some point, so you can jump off and cool off in the river and then jump back on your tube. I would recommend that you would bring a inflatable cooler that you can put drinks in and snacks in because it is a long ride. If you're here in town, you definitely need to stop by the Wayne Gretzky Sports Complex. Now, this is the largest sports complex in Brantford, and it has a ton to do. There's an exercise room, there's skating rinks, there is a swimming pool, there's soccer fields, basketball courts, tons of stuff for you and your family to do, and they put on specials all the time, so you need to check it out and see the amazing Wayne Gretzky tribute statue that's in the front. It is one of the iconic spots here in the city. Next, I'll get into the nightlife here in the city. Now, I know in my pros and cons video, I did mention that there was a lack of nightlife here in the city, but I could not have been more wrong. You just have to ask around to find out where the good spots are, but lucky for you, I have that information for you so you don't have to go asking around. One of the things me and my fiance, Erica, love to do is go and sing karaoke. Now, there is one karaoke bar, in my opinion, that stands out above the rest, and this is Frankie's. It is located in the north end of Brantford in the Linden Hills area, and the night there is just incredible. The crowd is amazing. It can be anywhere. The ages is a real mix. You have anywhere between 25 and 60, and people are just having a great time. You'll definitely want to go if you love to get out and sing karaoke. It's been a real blast every time we've went. If you're like me and you like to get out and play pool on occasions, there is one pool hall in Brantford that really stands out to me, and that is the Legends Pool Hall. It reminds me of a pool hall that you would find in Toronto or Mississauga. There was one in Mississauga called JJQ's, and it really reminds me of it. It has a bar area, and there must be somewhere up to 20 plus pool tables. It is a great time. They have some amazing food specials, and if you're looking to get out for a night of pool with your friends, this is the place to go. I've heard it gets pretty busy on the weekends, so be sure that you get there early. If you're looking to get out and dance the night away with some of your friends, maybe you're doing a little bit of a celebration, or maybe you just want to get out and dance, because that's something I like to do. There's one bar here in the city called Brando's, and it is more of a college bar, but they do play top 40 on Friday and Saturday nights. It doesn't really get busy till about midnight, but it is a great time. If you ask some of the local residents about this place, they are not going to give a good review. But what I'm saying is that if you go with the right people, you want to have fun, and you know that they like this type of environment, you will definitely have a good time. It is no secret that there are a fair number of breweries located in and around Brantford, but here's a few that I think you should check out. The first brewery is Man's. It is located on West Street, and I must have driven by it 20 times before I actually stopped in to see this beautiful distillery. It's a small local brewery, and it is 2 levels. On the first level, they have a small little bar area where you can see into the distillery and see the process happening right before your eyes. The second level is more like a lounge or a big seating area, which is great for any networking events you have or any business events you might be holding in the future. The next brewery I recommend is Flux Brewery. Now, it is not in Brantford, but it is about 15 minutes away from Brantford in Boston, and it is an amazing craft beer place that has a patio that backs onto a ravine, and it almost feels like you're not in Brantford. And the final brewery would be the Steel Wheel Brewery. This is located in North Brantford on Powerline Road. Now, I went there not too long ago, so it was a little too cold to sit on the patio, but they have some amazing craft beers, and I know that it would be fantastic in the summertime because they have an outdoor patio area, which I can't wait to check out. For sports teams, Brantford has 2 major sports teams. One is the Brantford Red Sox, and if you are a baseball lover like me, you love going to Jays game, this is a local rep baseball league that has an amazing stadium. It's $10 a game. They have a concession stand. They have hot dogs, everything, even a beer garden, and it's a great bang for your buck. You should definitely take your friends and family if you want to see a cheap, enjoyable baseball game. Recently, the Hamilton Bulldogs moved to Brantford to become the Brantford Bulldogs, and they have become a sensation here almost overnight. Their fan bases come, their games are pretty much sold out, they are stacked with talent, and the city is even planning to build them their own stadium next to the convention center, which will bring a lot more fans and a lot more attention to the city. This is great because you don't want to travel all the way to Toronto, pay an arm and a leg for tickets, and definitely not know if they're going to win. If you enjoy farmers markets, then you're going to love Brantford, because just on the outside of the city, there are some amazing farmers market. One, the most notable, is Brantwood Farms. They are the oldest farm here in Brantford, and they do not disappoint. Me and Erica go there often, and we get their strawberry rhubarb pie, their apple cinnamon donuts, and there is tons of the local fresh produce. And they put on festivals throughout the year, like the Sunflower Festival, and they do a Halloween haunt, where they do haunted hay rides and a bunch of other festive things. If you're in town, you have to check them out. The other notable farmers market that really stands out to me is the Little Brown Cow. Now, this is located further down Erie Avenue on Cockshut Road, and it has some amazing fresh dairy products. The pasture and the cows are actually in the field behind this farmers market. You can actually go out and meet the animals that create the milk and the dairy products that they sell. They also do a wonderful job of getting all the local produce that you could ever want, from blueberries to corn and more. If golfing is your thing, then there are 2 large golf courses here in Brantford. The Wayne Gretzky Golf Course, which is located in North Brantford, is definitely a place that you need to go. It is a pristine course that I've heard a lot of good things about. The next golf course you need to check out is the Brantford Golf and Country Club that's located right on the Grand River. Now, when you play this course, it does not feel like you are in Ontario anymore, and it is by far one of the most beautiful courses I have ever seen. So if you are in town and you love golf, I would definitely try to get a tee time at this club. If you are a history buff, there is definitely lots to do and see in the city. Brantford is rich with history and museum. We have the Mohawk Residential School, which has an Indigenous museum. You have the Mohawk Chapel, which is the first Anglican church in Ontario. You have the Canadian Military Heritage Museum as well. And you have the Bell Homestead. This is where Alexander Graham Bell lived himself, made the first phone call to Paris, Ontario, changing the world as we know it forever. And that is exactly why Brantford is called the Telephone City. If you love checking out local artists, and you're going to want to check out the Glenhurst Art Galleries. They have different exhibits throughout the year showcasing some amazing local talent in and around the city. And they also have the Golden Tea Room where you can have an afternoon tea that's awesome. I've never done it, but I've seen people do it and it looks like a lot of fun. During Christmas, you will see that this grounds are lit up with Christmas lights, and they do it every year, and a lot of people will recommend that you go check them out. And finally, we can't leave out that there is a casino here in the city called the Elements Casino. They have everything you could want, from slot machines to roulette tables, craps, a poker table and tournament, and lots of it. It's great to get out and visit it once in a while. They even have a small restaurant downstairs. As you can see, there is a ton of different things to do in and around Brantford, and I'm excited to learn more about this city every day. Even though I've only lived here for 2 years, I feel like I've just scratched the surface on the exciting things that this city has to offer. If you live in Brantford currently and you think there's someplace that I need to check out, some local attraction that stands out in your mind, leave it down in the comments below and I'll be sure to include it in my next video. If you found any value in this video whatsoever, hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell so you can help other people just like you find this video. If you like this video, then you're going to want to watch this video right here where I go over a map tour of Brantford, Ontario and show you some other cool things. So I'll see you in the next video.